Laying back, y'all. Ooh, it's late. Y'all probably wasn't even thinking about seeing me, huh? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Grab your sister, grab your wife, grab your cousins. Tell them to come on in. It's late. It's Friday night. The world is burning, and that's all right. Is there anybody in here with me? Let me get some comments up in here if you in here with me. Land back. I'm giving y'all Sailor Moon vibes right now. You feeling it? Feeling this? Sailor Moon. Boobs looking a little lopsided. Give you natural boobs today. Nothing, no contraptions doing things to them. Let's share it. It's Friday night. We know what happened. Same-ish. Different day. Hey, Edgar. Thank you for joining us. Share. Let's get some more people up in here. You like my Sailor Moon vibes I'm trying to give you? Usagi. That's me. Usagi.
Land back, Chief. I'm sorry to hop in, but we're not live on Facebook. I don't know why.
Put me on Facebook. Producer, put me on Facebook. Why am I not on Facebook? Why am I not on the Book of Faces? The many face gods are trying to keep me off of Facebook. Land back. Hey. Hey, Chief Sir. Thank you, boo. Thank you for jumping in. Let's get some more people up in here. They probably don't they don't even know. Nobody knows. This was a surprise. I'm only on the YouTubes, but that's okay. Oh, I could have read that right there. See? Producer sending me messages. Producer had to pop in because I wasn't reading my messages. Oh, I'm live on Facebook now, I think. I feel like it just sent me a thing saying I am. Come on, you all. Yes. Sailor Diva. Sailor Rebel. Sailor Mercury. Fucking Mercury. Yes. Chibiusa. That's me. Little Chibi. Come on in, y'all. It's gonna be a crazy weekend. We know this. We just got a verdict. And thank you, Hot Tea. Thank you. You know, y'all have seen a little piece of me with these laughing. So come on in. You know what this is? It's go off sis time. It's time for us to break down some colonial contradictions, some of the things that are facing colonized women and non-men every single day, all over the world. And not just here in the United States of America, but all over the world. So come on in, share to some groups, start a watch party. Let's get this thing popping. I don't know how many people is up in here with me. Let me see. Let me see if I can see how many people. Share. Hashtag shared when you shared it. Let me see. Thank you. All right. I already let y'all hear over. Okay, y'all. We got some good political education today. Some fantastic stories. It's late, so the kids they had their dinner. It's almost time for bed. They're watching their TVs. Mama's drinking her wine, just trying to unwind after that verdict. That was a non-verdict. Like, oh, I know y'all are feeling it. I'm feeling it. It's been crazy out here. Ooh, Chief Sir. Yes. Ooh, hey, Jasmine. Land back, Jasmine. Ooh, I love your icon. That is badass. Is that a Capricorn? What is that? I don't know, but I like it. That's cute. All right, y'all, come on in the room. Let's talk about it. Okay, producer, let's put up the first slide. Let's tell these people what it's about. If you don't know, I am Chief Diva. I am the chief of agitation and propaganda, newly minted, newly elected chief, elected from the people. I want to thank the people for electing me. We are here at some content brought to you by Black Hammer Organization. We are a worldwide revolutionary organization. We are bringing colonized people together. That means people of color, so that we can fight imperialism, colonialism, capitalism, and white power. And we have boots on the ground in the hood near you. We actually have been doing amazing things in our community. We have passed out over 100,000 pieces of PPE worldwide. And now we're moving on. We're still helping our people with that. But we wanted to give our people more answers. And we have this amazing project, Hammer City, y'all. All right, so this is a fundraiser. I hope y'all is ready. I hope y'all, if y'all got paid, yes, thank you, Lele. Shared it 6 times. Thank you, Lele, because we need to get this money, honey. This is about Hammer City. We are here to fundraise. Yes, here to fundraise. So if you have any amount, you can fundraise to help us with Hammer City. You can donate on GoFundMe, GoFundMe.com/BuildHammerCity. Venmo, BuildHammerCity. CashApp, #BuildHammerCity. And you might be asking yourself, what is Hammer City? Hammer City is a city that we are building that is by us, colonized people, for us. There will be no rent, no coronavirus, no pigs to murder us in our beds while we're sleeping. And no colonizers, no white people. So if you are ready to live in that power, in that future, in that existence of self-determination, please, I need you to share this live and I need you to donate. I do have a goal today. So before I can move on with my delicious story, because it's good, child. I know y'all done seen it. The people talking about it. I broke down when I heard about it. But what I know is that the colonizer, they use the same dirty, nasty tricks every single time. All right, y'all. So make me big, producer. Make me big. All right, y'all. Y'all checking me out. Before we start the show, I am like an exotic dancer. So before I can start taking any bits of clothes off, telling y'all my delicious story, because it's good. I'm good with my stories. And they be having a reason. They be politically educating us. And myself, because I research. I love it. But before I could go there, I need a donation. We ain't doing this just for fun. This is to educate the people. This is to get funds to build Hammer City. Build Hammer City. So if I could just get one donation to get this thing started, we can start on our delicious story. It's juicy. You've heard about it. I've heard about it. It broke my heart. But one thing I do know is that it's just another symptom of this system. Okay? And in order for us to alleviate all those symptoms, we have to get rid of this system. It is illegitimate. So before we can start, come on, y'all. Who gonna donate? Who gonna donate so I can start my story? It's a good story. It's a tragic story, but it needs to be spoken about. And we need to have some historical context, okay? Because what is the point of knowing all this stuff if there's nothing that we're gonna learn from it? These tragedies. So come on, y'all. Who gonna donate? Who gonna donate so I can start my story? Yes, baby. Have it. Yes, it's Friday night. The kids is asking for pie. I said, yes, have the pie. All right, y'all. Is nobody gonna donate? I can't get $5 to start my story. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I'm good. I'm good. I will give you the show if you give me the dough. You give me the dough, I give you the show. You give me the dough, I give you the show. Okay? Who's gonna donate? because we are going to be talking about something that, it's just taking me out. Yes, and put a little gas in the notes when you donate. Or a little hand emoji, little fingernail emoji, because that's what we do. Come on, y'all. How many people? Thank you, Mason. Mason, like, do we not know what we here for? All right, y'all. So let's start this story. Thank you, Mace. So, as you know, and go off, sis, we like to tackle the colonial contradictions. And we want to put those colonial contradictions in the gas chamber because it needs to be deaded. It needs to be done. And there is no other place for it in this society of humans, because what this contradiction reveals is that they obviously do not think of us as humans. They must think of us as animals, because there's no other explanation for this. So I know that you all have heard this story of what's happening right now. Hey, Moises, Landback. Yes, welcome to the show. Welcome to Go Off, sis. And right now, we about to put ICE detention centers in the gas chamber. Producer, pop me up the gas chamber. All right now, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and throw these ICE detention centers in the gas chamber, along with the fact that they are illegitimate, telling people whose land it is to go back to their land over some made-up, false, colonial, illegitimate border. Hey, Tom. Hey, boo. Come on, share this. Yeah, share it. We need some donations up in here. So these ICE detention centers, if you don't know, they are cages that they are putting indigenous men, women, children, our people in. Indigenous people. They're throwing them in these cages. They're called detention centers. But what they really are concentration camps. What they really are death camps. What they really are another system of white power. It has nothing to do with protecting people. It has nothing to do with like they're like, oh, you know, these immigrants are taking over and they're dangerous. That's not what it is, because that statistically is untrue. Historically is untrue. The indigenous people of this country, because they're not immigrants, the indigenous people of this country are the hardest working people in this country. They are the ones that actually cultivate this land and provide us with food. And what do they get in return? They get a colonial system that actively murders them, pushes them into genocide, arrests them, tears up their families, give away their children, and they take it a step even further in their disgusting, vile treatment that they have always done throughout history. About a week and a half ago, I know y'all seen it. I believe the nurse name is Dawn. I cannot remember her name, but I know it's like Nurse Wooten. Nurse Wooten was working at the ICE detention centers. Nurse Wooten started noticing that there was this one particular doctor who was coming in and doing hysterectomy procedures on all the women. And it was so odd because it's like, wow, does that many women have feminine health problems? I mean, she said her and her nurse friends were saying things like, oh, that's the uterus snatcher. That's the uterus stealer. He steals women's uteruses. Like, as shocked as I want it to be, I know that historically that this sellout, illegitimate, colonial, white power country nation has historically committed this type of genocide on our people, on all of our people. So this isn't something new that they just started. What they understand is that us as indigenous people, blow me up, producer, because we're going to talk about Miss Dawn. Blow me up. So Miss Dawn decided she couldn't take it anymore. Something ain't right. She don't think it's cool that this doctor, who was like an unidentified doctor, was coming in doing these procedures, not asking anybody any questions, just literally, like, they even have one case where the nurse who was over the surgery, he told the nurse, "Oh, my bad, I took out the wrong ovary." Like, he was doing he was removing an ovary of a woman, and because she had a cyst, and he removed the wrong one, so he had to go back and remove the other one, because that was the one he was supposed to remove in the first place. So now this woman has no ovaries. She's married. She wants to have children, and she cannot. So now she has to return home, because they're sending her back home to her country, and tell her husband that she cannot bear him children. And if you don't know something about colonized people, bearing children is something that we are very good at. Sex is the freest thing you could do and one of the funnest things you could do. And we good at it. We make cute babies and we keep the population popping, okay? Let's be real. And that's good. I know a lot of people like to shame us on that, but no. It's what needs to happen. Because statistically, what the colonizer knows is that their numbers are dwindling. They're not having enough babies to catch up, and their old people are dying off fast. But us, we fine. We make enough babies. We make more than enough babies. And they know that. They have a history of knowing that. They know we make a lot of kids, and they've always done this what the colonizer likes to call eugenics. You know, it's basically, you know, the shit that everybody like to get on the Nazis about, saying like, oh, the Nazis and all this bad stuff, and they wanted to create this super race of Aryan people, blonde hair and blue eyes. Guess who they learned that from? The United States of America. Did you know that before the United States of America was still in uteruses, right now, here today, in those cages that Obama created, just so you know, if everybody's mad at Trump because they're in the cages, they're still in these women's body parts, and everybody's like, oh, Trump, you're horrible. Obama created those cages that they're in. Yes. Obama put more women in those cages than Trump has. Let's be real. Okay. But like I was saying, there's a long history of this. This isn't something new. Between like 1910 to like 1970, the government was like legally sterilizing women of color, legally sterilizing poor women of color, like targeting them, saying that being poor, being a woman of color, if you were promiscuous, what they call promiscuous, you could be like, you could wink at a guy and they're like, she's promiscuous. So anything is promiscuous. You could look in someone's direction, you're promiscuous. Any of those things. If you were different, mentally abled, they would sterilize you. They would remove your sexual organs or your reproductive organs, not sexual organs, your reproductive organs, so that you could not procreate, because that's eugenics. And they've been doing that since forever. And the Nazis like, whoa, wow, that's really smart. Let's do that too. Everybody want to call the Nazis bad, but they learned it from the Americans. Surprise! They've always been doing this. They've always been doing this heinous, vile act. So Miss Dawn Wooten decides that she wants to, blow the whistle. She's blowing the whistle. What I find very intriguing is that she immediately is like on like national news. Everyone's talking about it. Trump, you're so horrible. I feel like she's really backed by the Democratic Party, because I was looking her up today and I was like, wow, how can we help this colonized woman who stood up for other colonized women, and they're probably in danger? She all right. Them Democrats got her. She has a GoFundMe up right now, which I don't blame the sis, I guess. I mean, the Republicans, they all do this kind of shit. Like everybody acting like, oh my God, they can't believe this happening. It happened under the Democrats as well. It happens under the Republicans. It happened under the Democrats. There really is no difference. But the Democrats right now was putting that woman out there, putting her on all these national news sources. She has a GoFundMe right now that has $100,000 in it for her security. So Thank you for blowing the whistle. I don't know what that does for our indigenous women at the border in these cages. Yeah, they literally were winning Nazi awards. The Americans, yes, the Nazis like yes. Who are the most like hateful people? The Americans. Let's do like them. Literally what it's like. All right, y'all. So as far as I'm concerned, we need to throw the whole ICE detention center into the gas chamber, because let's be real, it's illegitimate, especially here in California. All of this is the indigenous people land. The American government, this illegitimate colonial government has no right to tell these people where to go up in here with some fake piece of paper and some fake drawn lines on a piece of paper. It's ridiculous. The whole thing needs to go in there. They're just a new kind of cop. That's really what it is. There's another pig that's murdering our people. And these doctors that work in these detention centers, they're no different than any of these other colonial sellouts. No different. It probably was a colonized doctor that was stealing all those colonized women's uteruses, because that's what they would do. That's how effed up they are. So they could be like, see, we didn't know this person was doing that. It was one of your people. That is what they do. But these medical systems, they are all colonial, all disgusting. The Nazis used what Americans did onto the indigenous people of Turtle Island as an inspiration to their shit in Europe. Yes, that is true. That's absolutely 100% true. It was everything that did to the indigenous people, to the African people who were here, to the Asian people who were here. Yes, land back Neota. All right, y'all, let's move it, because this is making me upset. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my soul. But what I want to talk about is something that was really inspiring to me. I want to share a little story with y'all. But before we go, let's see if we can get some more donations. I know I got 5 from Mace. Is anybody else going to donate anything else before I go to my next story? This one's really good. The other one was very heartbreaking. But this is going to lift us up. It lifted me up. I don't know about y'all, but it lifted me up. Who's going to donate so we can get some inspiration on? Inspiration on! Inspiration on! Woo! My boobs are just so untamed today. Remember, you can donate on CashApp, Venmo, GoFundMe, BuildHammerCity. BuildHammerCity, y'all. I'm talking about food for us, y'all. I'm talking about anti-colonial education. I'm talking about cultural dances, y'all. Yes, feast every day. I'm talking about doing it the right way, y'all. Oh, thank you, Ren. Yes, you got 5 on it. Okay, y'all, let's get some inspiration. So, when you think about this colonial healthcare system, you have to understand that it is not designed in any way, shape, or form to actually be helpful to us. They don't want to actually make us healthy. They just want to keep us alive enough to abuse us, oppress us, use our labor, use our intellect, use our talents, use our culture, use our zhuzh, use our everything, right? Yes, gas chamber. Put them in the gas chamber. Boom. Seriously, put them in the gas chamber. Whole ICE detention center, whole colonial healthcare system. So I wanted to think about, with Fire to Inspire, we need someone who's going to give us that inspiration to keep fighting, to fight back when white power is on the attack. You hear me? We need someone who said, that is enough. I am fighting back when white power is on the attack, because it's constantly on the attack. This was a story I ran across because one of the things that I love, if y'all don't know, is I love crime shows. I particularly love crime shows because they always, because, white power loves to center themselves and everything. Even their crime shows, they mostly have white criminals because we know they are the criminals. So I love watching. I'm like, yes, reveal your true nature to me, colonizers. So I love me some crime shows, like true crime shows. So one night I was up, and usually when I watch these crime shows, make me big. And then we're going to come back to this little thing, to my story. Make me big, producer. So usually when I be watching these crime shows, if they happen to put up a story about a colonized person, I skip it. I like, nope. They be lying anyways. Whenever I've watched the ones about the colonized person, I be like, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound like something we would do. They lying. So I only watch it when it's the colonizer perpetrating these crimes because that's what they about. So this particular episode I caught, it did have a colonized woman as the lead, as the criminal. And I was almost sad. And then something told me, no, watch it. It's really good. Watch it. So I watched it and I was like, Ruby. Okay. Put her back up. Producer. Put Ruby back up. All right. So this is Miss Ruby McCullum. See her? Beautiful, colonized, gorgeous woman. They do, child. They love glorifying and romanticizing their crimes. They love it. Whenever it's colonized people, they literally paint us as savages. And then with them, it's like, they were such a good person. No one knows why they committed these heinous crimes. What do you mean? It's in your DNA. It's in your blood. Anyways, so this is Miss Ruby McCullum. She was a African woman here in the United States of America in the 1950s, and she was actually a very wealthy Black woman. She had a husband who was like a contractor, and she worked for him. And he ended up dying. She made a lot of money from like his death. And she ended up getting married again because if she didn't, she wasn't gonna be able to keep her money. So she ended up being very wealthy, but she was smart. She kept all the money in her name and not her new husband, because back then in the 50s, under white power, and even now under white power, if you is a colonized woman, you will get screwed in the boot. Screwed. So this colonized, wealthy Black woman is living in this town here in America in the 50s. Is racist as hell, like always, like per usual. She lives in a small country town, and the local doctor is like this. He's a white man, of course. He's like a local hero. Everyone loves this doctor. All the women in the town go to this doctor. People come from out of town to come see this doctor. He's so, beloved and well-liked. And so friendly. He's even nice to the colored women, they would say. Like, he had a special office in his back room just for colored women. And he was the only doctor in town that would see colored women. And so, like, everybody was like, he's just so nice. He's so progressive. No one else is doing that. He's such a good guy. Yes, negress. Dr. Adams slain by a negress. So, what people are not talking about is the fact that Dr. Adams, this cracker colonizer, disgusting piece of nasty trash filth, is abusing the women in the town. Yep. I mean, that's what they do. He was abusing the white women, which I don't care about, but he was abusing all the colonized women. And he decided to start abusing Miss Ruby McCullum. Now, at this time, Ruby McCullum understood that her whole life could be taken away from her at any point if she, spoke out against this rape, against this brutality. If she said anything, her husband would be like maybe beat and killed. Not only did Dr. Adams abuse, rape Miss Ruby McCullum, he fathered 2 of her children. Her husband, he knew them light-skinned babies wasn't his babies. He didn't know exactly what was going on, but he knew something was going on. But he never said nothing because his wife was rich. She was the breadwinner. She was taking care of everything. So he just took care of them little light-skinned babies. And Dr. Adams kept doing what he was doing, kept raping women all over the town, kept abusing women, kept doing illegal abortions, you know, anything that could make some money, anything that could fill his sick, deprived, perverted need. And after birthing 2 babies for Dr. Adams, Ruby begged Dr. Adams. He got her pregnant again. Like, she was getting into arguments with her husband. She's like, please, I can't keep doing this. I cannot have any more children. I just cannot do this. Like, people know, they're talking about it. They know these are my husband's children. Like, I can't take this anymore. You have to do something. I know you do these illegal abortions. Give me an abortion. Give me something. And Dr. Animals, being the vile, disgusting, animal, filthy creature that he was like, no, you are going to have my babies. Blow me up, producer. So she is fed up. She's at the end of her rope. Her husband at home, he like, you need to do something. If you get pregnant by anybody else again, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna take the kids. Like, this is not right. The white man, get out, lock the door. No, get out and lock the door. Get out and lock the door now. Woo, these children, I don't even know what we do. He told Ruby, I'm not gonna abort the kid. Those are my children, even though he wasn't fucking taking care of them. Ruby was. He didn't even acknowledge them because he couldn't. Didn't want to. Because he was married himself. And he was sleeping with all the women in the town and probably knocking them up too. And she's like, I cannot do this anymore. So she's like, you are going to give me the procedure. And I'm not going to get the procedure. So she leaves. She comes back. She's like walking outside. She's looking flustered. People who witness this are like, she looked like she was just at her wit's end. She looked wild-eyed and just like crazy. Mind you, she's pregnant. She like, I already had 2 of this cracker's babies. I can't have no more of his babies. I can't do this. She gets a gun. She goes into his office. Boo! Blows him away. Middle of the day. Office full of white women. Just politely goes in, shoots him, comes out. Takes herself to the police station, very calm, and just tells them, like, he been raping me, he been abusing me. Those 2 kids are his. Look at them. You don't believe me? But of course they locked Ruby up. Of course they locked Ruby up. And they took all her money. Locked her up, took all her money, all her possessions. Because that's what white power does. But Ruby, she went to prison. But they said that she never was like, she was happy. Because she was free. She blew him away. So to me, that was inspiring. Like, to look white power in the face and be like, I'm done. She blew him away. She couldn't take it no more. How much more can we take? But what we do understand is that all of the issues that we face are due to colonialism and the neo-colonial submissives that are within our nations. That doctor was a colonial doctor. The reason why he felt like he had the power to do that is because this system was designed to give him that power. And he knew nothing was ever going to happen to him. Nothing. He was raping a town full of women, black and white. Nobody said a thing. He was performing illegal abortions. Nobody said a thing. It took a colonized woman to stand up to this pig, to this disgusting, vile creature, and blow him away. He asked for it about me. So I want to give the revolutionary salute to Miss Ruby McCullum. She knows what to do with colonizers. And in the 50s too, like, she probably was like, because even in the 50s, I'm sure prison with other colonizers, he was like, yeah, you did that? You blew a white man? All right, y'all. So let's think about the cure. All these colonial contradictions, they all add up to the same thing. We cannot trust this system. We cannot invest in this system. There is nothing for us here. We know this. They murder us in our sleeps, in our homes. They murder us on the streets in front of people watching, people recording them murdering us. They murder us and they write it down on paper that that's what they meant to do. So what is the cure? The cure is to join a revolutionary organization like Black Hammer. The cure is to understand that these colonial healthcare systems are not here to heal you. That the only way we can be healed is through anti-colonial use of knowledge that our people had. Healthcare systems that are designed with our nations in mind. Healthcare systems that are designed with our people in mind. And healthcare systems that are designed to actually keep us healthy. Like, I love this little picture of this baby. I was like, are they cooking the baby? What is that doing to the baby? They're like, nah, girl, that's an herb bath. That's why that baby's so happy and calm, because that's an herb bath. Extracting out all those toxins. Yes. Because we always had the truth. We knew that the knowledge, that the power of healing was in the earth, was in the land. And that it's our job to heal our people. This colonial healthcare system wasn't designed for us. It wasn't even designed for the people who designed it. They don't care about them either. It's just that they know that they'll pay more. We can't pay more for better. They know that. So here we are. It's time for us to donate and build Hammer City so we can see what a real anti-colonial healthcare system would look like. Because that's what we're building in Hammer City. A healthcare system that's not going to remove your uterus because they feel like your people are less than their people. Because that's really what it boils down to. They don't look at us as humans. They look at us as animals. We are fighting for our humanity. And the only way that we can do that is by having our own land back. Our land back. The dictatorship over our life, our land, our labor, and our resources. Blow me up, producer. All right, y'all. We're going to get up out of here. It's a late night. It's Friday. I usually don't be on this late. I don't even know how many people watch this. Please share this, y'all, so we can get some more donations. I know my hammers is generous. I know y'all out here in these streets this weekend. Please stay safe. Don't be taking no photos of no protesters, y'all. Don't be doing this the job of the pigs, okay? Don't be out here at these protests being adventurous. It's not worth it. Get out here and give our people some tangible solutions. Let's give them some PPE. Let's give them some political education, some protective equipment, some personal protective equipment, and some political education, because that's what the people need right now. They are being coerced. They are being oppressed. They are angry, and we are rightfully angry. So we are out here in support of that anger, but we want our people to know that there are answers. There are things that you can do after this anger. Join us. Like one of my favorite revolutionaries is Afeni Shakur. And Afeni Shakur said that when they were young, shit was happening and they were so angry. They just wanted to go out into the streets. They just want to mess everything up. They want to fight. They want to fight everybody. They want to beat everything up. They didn't know what to do with this anger. It wasn't until a Black Panther said, no, that anger is righteous and you are directing it in the wrong direction. That anger needs to be pointed at the true enemy, and the enemy is not your brother, your sister, your siblings that are sitting here in this mess with you. The enemy are the ones who created this mess. So I need us to take that same energy out here in these streets this weekend. Don't engage with these colonizers on either spectrum. The Trumpies, the Libbies, the Bideys, Kamalis, the Trumpies, Kamalis, Biddies, whatever. Don't engage them. Be out here for your people. They hurting. They have a story to tell, and we need to be the ones to tell it, because we know white power is going to screw this up like they always do. They're going to make us look like the bad guys when it's really them. It's time to flip the narrative. We're tired of these colonial systems. So with that being said, we're going to close on out. Do we have some announcements? I feel like we got announcements. Do we have announcements? If you don't know, Black Hammer is winning. Yes, let me tell you again, babies. If you a hammer in these comments, say land back, Hammer's winning. Land back, Hammer's winning. Because we all over the world. We have an amazing live popping off tomorrow here on Facebook and on YouTube. We're going to be with a Nakbayan, a group of Filipino youth revolutionaries. They're on the ground in the Philippines, shutting shit down. And guess who they want to meet with? They want to meet with the Hammers. Okay? Because we winning. We winning. Yes. We winning against white power. We also know that the Commander-in-Chief will also be doing some debates next weekend. We have a fashion show coming up. We have so many amazing things that you can do to get activated in this revolution. Okay? Don't be on this hamster wheel with these protests. It goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. But if you are out there just to get that anger out, Black Hammer is here to give you the salve, what you need to keep moving so that we can really fight white power so that for real, Breonna Taylor can never happen again. Voting for Biden will not stop this from happening. Biden said they will give more money to cops. Cops killed Breonna. Trump said they would give more money to cops. Cops killed Breonna. Hammer City is telling you, we ain't gonna have no cops. Solve that issue right there. Check. No pigs. So if you are ready to live in a place where there is no pigs, where we don't have to worry about dying in our beds, where we don't have to cry out to a system for justice, please give us justice, and they give justice to the wall, to the drywall, and not the person that they murdered. And then they keep calling it a killing, like it just happened. It was a murder. It was planned. They were looking for the trap house. It wasn't Breonna's house. So let's get out here in these streets this weekend. As Biden said, shoot him in the leg. Shoot him in the leg. That's what they say about protesters. Shoot them in the legs. They still gonna shoot you. And that's exactly what the Democratic Party and the Republican Party is. One is shoot him in the leg. The other one is shoot him in the head. Either way, I'm getting shot. I'm getting shot. So I say, don't vote for either of them suckers. Vote for Hammer City. Yes, the cure. Hammer City. So we can have our own anti-colonial healthcare system. We have our own anti-colonial defense systems, which will not include pigs. We'll have a whole culture of defense, because that's what it's about. Safety, security, defense. All right, y'all. With that being said, I'm going to close it on out. I'm sure y'all tired. Mama's got to go. The kid then woke up. I don't know why. I guess I was talking too loud. But please join us again here tomorrow. Go Off Sis is every other week, so we will not be next Friday, but the following Friday. I really appreciate y'all coming in on this late night notice. I hope y'all was enjoying all this ambiance. Please, y'all, donate. BuildHammerCity. Or else I'm going to use my crystal lightsaber on you. Don't make me Sailor Moon. I'll do it. And if you a colonizer and you watching this, pay reparations. I know you like, it wasn't me, it was my ancestors. But guess what? You still benefit today. Your ancestors set up a system that is still paying you out. That they stole back then, they still getting paid for today. Companies around today, Lubriderm, Firestone, stolen from my people. The cell phones right now today. Pay reparations. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say good night. Thank y'all for coming and tuning in. Tune in again tomorrow. We're going to be having some debates and some discussions. Land back, y'all.